Hey, hello, and a very, very good evening. My name's Sean Ryan. You are, of course, watching the Planet Cruise TV show. And I know we've got loads of regular viewers every single week, but for those new viewers, this show it's a live show. It's been running now for several years, and Planet Cruise are an award-winning agency. They're the biggest independent cruise agency here in the UK, and we're about to show you some outstanding offers. Maybe thinking about booking a cruise as a Christmas present. Well, many of the cruises tonight, you will only need a small deposit. Now, I'm joined by a beautiful young lady, the fabulous Gemma's with me. Nice to see you, Gemma.
Hello, lovely to see you. And we have got such a good selection tonight, haven't we? Something for everyone.
We really have 6 cruises. Shall we give you a few little teasers of what's coming up?
Yes. Well, we've got everything in terms of price range, haven't we? Because we've got a cruise for next summer, which is just under £400.
It's actually half price, isn't it?
It's half price,
but
yes.
the offer finishes on the 20th of December, a very important date because it's my birthday. What else have we got coming up?
We've also got 6-star, unadulterated, pure, sheer luxury, which I cannot wait to talk about. And at 8:30, we've got an Azamara cruise as well. I'm really excited because I went on an Azamara cruise recently, so I can't wait to talk about it. And that's 5-star and some amazing excursions, and the destinations are unbelievable. Dubai, Israel, very exciting itinerary.
So, honestly, something for everyone tonight. Now, it is a free phone number, by the way. The details coming up in a few moments' time. And our call centre is full of really experienced cruise consultants ready to take your calls. Any queries, any questions, they are there to guide you and to help you, of course. But we're going to start off with an amazing offer from MSC. If you're looking for some winter sun, because, I mean, January, February, March, hideous months in the UK, aren't they?
Yeah,
Awful.
let's face it, the weather's pretty dismal here, so nice chance to escape and get some sunshine.
And have you seen the price on the screen? We have got prices starting, this is including flights over to the Canaries, under £430. Let's talk about MSC, though, because this is an outstanding company with a great reputation.
Absolutely. It's a really fantastic brand. And, of course, with this particular cruise, there are loads and loads of dates as well. You could be going away over Easter, which would be nice, on this intimate but really welcoming, really glamorous, restyled ship. And you can see here the service is second to none. The food is absolutely fantastic. Look at the spa. I mean, this is a chance to totally get away from it all, to relax, to indulge, and if you want to get fit as well. It's all there.
Well, I'll burn off a few of the calories from the fabulous food, of course.
Well, exactly.
But when you see, I mean, all of the pools, you know, the great swimming facilities there, cocktails, bars. If you're taking children, always fantastic facilities for the kids on board as well.
Yeah.
But the dining experience on board MSC is fantastic, isn't
absolutely wonderful. You've got various restaurants. You've got the Marco Polo main restaurant, lots of very Italian food, because MSC are an Italian brand. You've also got the formal restaurant La Pergola, the 24-hour buffet, these beautiful bars that you can see here as well, and amazing entertainment.
Well, look at the theatre there.
I know the decor's wonderful on MSC, actually.
Oh,
it's very glitzy.
And for you young ones like you, Gemma, a little bit of disco dancing in the nightclub.
You've called me young twice tonight. It's really exciting.
You
it's
are.
Fantastic. Keep going. Yeah, and you've also got, you know, if you want to just be casual as well, you've got, you know, a pub, you've got different bars. Everything is on this ship.
And we're flying you, first of all, to Gran Canaria, of course. You're going to be on board this beautiful ship for several nights, but let's just have a look at Gran Canaria.
Yes, well, Gran Canaria, one of the, you know, beautiful sandy beaches. Many of you may well have been there on your holidays before. And, of course, you're going to embark the ship, get your bearings, and then you're sailing off to beautiful Puerto del Rosario, which is on Fuerteventura, which is the second largest of the Canary Islands. Look at those waters. You could be in the Caribbean. And it is very famous for its windsurfing. So if you're a kind of sporty kind of person, you can really get involved with all of that. And I think this is what you want to be doing, enjoying the shoreline of Fuerteventura. It is amazing beaches. But you've also got, you know, a museum and some culture and beautiful little towns to wander around as well. And you could go for some scenic drives through the mountains. Really famous for its windsurfing, though. And then you've got a day at sea on board the ship, just to soak up some rays by the pool and drink a cocktail and go to the spa. And then on day 4, you're going to sail into the beautiful island of Madeira, into Funchal. And this has got a totally different look about it. It's very green, very light. lush. It's got the location on the Gulf Stream means that all year round you've got this beautiful weather, and it's really ideal for growing flowers and bougainvillea.
A lot of people describe it as eternal spring there, don't they?
Yes, because it is so lush, and you've got all this amazing colour. And in fact, you must go to the Botanical Gardens if you are interested in gardening, because they will blow your mind. They're beautiful.
The great thing is, Gemma, we are there overnight on board as well, so you've got plenty of time.
Loads of time, yeah, to soak up this lovely island, and there's a lot to do. Yeah, it's really lush. And you could also go up, there's a famous sort of cable car that you can go up as well and get some great views like this one here. So it's quite mountainous. And you can go to the market, you could even go and do some wine tasting, or just maybe do an island drive and pootle around at your own pace. And then on day 6 you are sailing off to Santa Cruz in La Palma. So if you quite like just getting off the ship but staying quite close to port, this is a great place for just being able to amble along the cobbled streets, go and browse some of the little craft shops, or sit in a cafe and have a coffee and watch the world go by.
And I was there with my mum on a cruise last year, and we had a lovely day. She said,
did you?
Ambling around.
Yeah, and sometimes
really
that's
nice.
quite nice, isn't it? There are other places you really want to go off and do an excursion, and other places like this you just want to walk around on foot and enjoy it. It is volcanic, like many of the other Canary Islands, and you get all that wonderful scenery as a result. And then on day 7 you are sailing into Tenerife, which is the largest of the Canary Islands. It's also one of the most scenically stunning. It really is. You're about 300 kilometres from the African continent here, which is why that weather is so fabulous and why it's such a popular destination for a bit of winter sun.
I mean, they guarantee sun nearly every single day of the year, don't they?
Yeah, they do. So, you know, we can never 100% guarantee it, but fingers crossed you're going to get those rays. And, of course, that is Mount Tidy, which sort of dominates the landscape, really. It's very famous for it. And, again, you can go and have your tapas, enjoy the beaches. Just beautiful. And there's also the pyramids of Guimar, which are really famous in Tenerife as well. And then on day 8 you are going to sail into Gran Canaria, disembark and transfer from the port to the airport and fly home. Feeling wonderful.
Well, imagine you've been on board this stunning ship for several nights. You've only paid a few £100. All of your food, all of your entertainment is, of course, included. Jenny, you couldn't even get, if you're looking at a week's stay in the Canaries at this time of the year, in a pretty grotty hotel,
yeah.
You're talking, £200 or £300 more than this,
well,
wouldn't
it's a ludicrous price.
I know, it really is.
You've got your flight, as you say, you've got your most stunning accommodation, and all that delicious food as well. It's pretty unbeatable.
All of the choice, you'll find this on the cruise ships. There is a huge amount of choice in terms of bars, restaurants, entertainment, facilities.
That's what I really like about it. And, you could go on a land holiday to a sort of hotel, and there might just be, a pool bar and one restaurant. And by the end, you can get a little bit bored, can't you? Whereas with cruising, every day is different, and you can plan in the morning when you get up. What do I feel like doing today? It's lovely.
Well, just to show you what's included. We know this one's going to fly tonight, it really is. So this is what's included for your price, starting at just £429. Now, some special dates here. The 17th of Jan and the 21st of March. There are some free upgrades from inside to ocean view to get that lovely natural light, of course, coming into your stateroom. All your flights are included. Now, they are London-based, but always ask our call centre. We can, generally speaking, find you flights from most airports in the UK. And also, we have got, now, for those of you that are thinking, OK, Christmas isn't planned, I don't know what to do, we have got a last-minute deal on the Christmas sailing from only £749, and this is on the 20th of December. Now, I want you to see the dates. I mentioned that prices are really good on this and things are selling really fast. A lot of the balcony dates have sold out, so if you are looking for a balcony, please book tonight if you possibly can, because they are selling so quickly. But look, the inside price starts there at a remarkable £429. That's on the 31st of Jan. We've got some great prices on the Ocean View there as well, haven't we?
Yeah, I mean, you're really not paying that much more. When you're, in those beautiful waters, you saw those turquoise seas. Quite nice to have an ocean view.
Just one final thing I want to mention. For all of our single ladies and gents, check out the single prices. They're starting there at £749 for the 31st of January. So it is going very quickly, that one. You could still get on board for Christmas on the 20th of December. That's this Saturday. We can arrange all of that for you. But
that's the day you want to escape. I think that's the day you pay your tax bill.
that's actually believe it or not, that's my birthday, and if I could get away, I'd love to. My dream is to go away on my birthday and be away
Is
for
your
Christmas
birthday 31st of January?
No, 20th of December.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. And I don't have a big tax bill either, Gemma, just to clarify. Our next cruise is a 5-star luxury cruise with Holland America on board the MS Rotterdam. It's your chance of visiting the most amazing places. How does Singapore, Bali and Indonesia grab you? Let's take you on board.
Having recently completed the latest series of enhancements as part of their £350 million Signature of Excellence programme, Holland America Line's MS Rotterdam is an elegant masterpiece of naval engineering. As the flagship of the fleet, walking around it is an event in itself, with over $2 million worth of art and antiques just begging to be discovered. Whether you choose the class and sophistication of the Explorer's Lounge, or the elegant viticulture of the wine tasting room, or even the panoramic views and late-night club atmosphere of the Crow's Nest, there really is a venue suited just to you. But the most recent addition to Rotterdam is this, the Mix, and it's my absolute favourite. 3 speciality venues: champagne for midday mimosas and bubbles, martinis for Grey Goose cocktails, and spirits and ales for microbrews, single malts and sports updates. Under the direction of Holland America's award-winning, Michelin-starred Culinary Council, the food on Rotterdam is simply stunning. You can eat at a set time or dine as you please, with restaurants to suit every mood. And here, in the spectacular La Fontaine dining room, they offer 5-course menus, an extensive wine list and impeccable service. And best of all, there's continental cuisine, low-carb and vegetarian options. I'm a massive fan of Rotterdam's Culinary Arts Centre. It's a state-of-the-art demonstration kitchen offering interactive gourmet cooking lessons taught by master chefs. Then, after dinner, you can take your seat here in its magnificent theatre for some amazing entertainment featuring dynamic concerts, huge musical productions, full of Broadway veterans and some great guest artists. There's a wealth of spacious staterooms to choose from, ranging from great value insides to sea view rooms or even suites with private balconies. And all feature pure Egyptian cotton sheets, fluffy bathrobes, salon quality hairdryers, fresh flowers and of course your attentive stateroom steward. But my absolute favourite are these brand new lanai staterooms with direct access to the promenade deck. And you even get your own sun lounger. Brilliant.
By the way, that was our lovely Keith Maynard, who presents our Friday show as well, who was just talking you through the great experience with Holland America. But remember, we're flying to Singapore. You're going to be staying there for a night in a 5-star hotel, but we're coming back to Singapore at the end, Jenna, aren't we?
That's
so
right, yeah.
we'll talk about that a bit later on. Where next then?
Yeah, so you've had your wonderful night in Singapore, and then we're going to transfer you, and you are going to get on the ship for 14 nights cruising, have a day at sea, and then you arrive in Jakarta in Indonesia. And as you can see, there is so much to see here. The museums, the botanical gardens. It's a really fantastic way to kick off your cruise. And then on day 6 of your holiday already, you are going to Semarang, which is the bustling north coast port, put my teeth in, here in Java. And there's loads to do here as well. And then you've got a day at sea on day 7, and then on day 8 you sail into Bali. Oh. And you've got an overnight on board here, which is fantastic, because from Benoa, which is the port, you can get to all sorts of places, and Bali is probably most well known, as you can see, for its tropical, stunning beaches. You're talking the white sand and the kind of ones that you see in adverts.
Because everyone says it is just like paradise.
Absolutely.
You know,
yeah, where a lot of Australians, of course, are spoilt for beaches, but they'll go here on their holidays for their really luxurious ones. A lot goes on in Benoa. There's the monkey forest, which is so sweet. But also they have several sort of annual festivals and celebrations, so if you're lucky, you might catch one of those. Teeming with shopping as well. You definitely want to go and see some of the temples, because they are jaw-droppingly stunning, and take your camera with you as well. But you definitely not only will catch some rays, but you will snag some bargains as well. And just taking a dip in the waters of places like Kuta and the Nusa Dua beaches, you are going to be like swimming in a bath.
I have to say, I think if I was that, I would just spend the time on the beaches and then see. Could tell you like Bali, Gemma.
Yeah, I must say I am a bit of a lover of the beach, and there's all that beautiful nature around as well. And I feel at home because there's all the little monkeys there as well. And then on day 10, you are sailing into Lombok. And then on day 11, so look at all these destinations. You're going to Komodo Island.
This is somewhere I want to really go because of the Komodo dragon.
Absolutely. So you can see Lombok stunning as well. Komodo is really famous, obviously for the Komodo dragons, but also the beaches. It's got almost like pink sand that you can see perfectly there. And it's because there are tiny little fragments of red coral mixed up with the shell and the other fragments, which gives it that sort of pink hue. So it's really famous for that. The Komodo dragons, you can go and do a special, tour, and you have to be careful. They would hurt you. So you go with someone, a guide, and make sure that that does not happen. But so exciting. Talking of excursions as well, with all these amazing places that you're going to, if you book excursions through us at Planet Cruise, you'll get like up to 60% off. So it's really worth sorting out. So again, just ask the call centre.
But we've still got many places to visit,
haven't we? Because on day 12 we are sailing to Makassar in Indonesia, which is a complete kind of contrast. It's a real metropolis. You'll have honking horns and amazing smells and pandemonium and all sorts. But it's also got a real sort of backwater charm. Lovely, friendly people. Amazing food stalls everywhere. Lots to see and do. Day 13 we're at sea, and then day 14 you are sailing to Surabaya in Indonesia, where it's got a historic Arab quarter, really fascinating, and you can go into the desert or see the city as well. And then you've got another day at sea, and then on day 16 you arrive in Singapore, which is one of the most amazing places on earth. And of course you've already had a night in the hotel at the beginning of your holiday.
And here in Singapore, by the way, you're overnight on board on the ship, and then you get an extra night in a 5-star hotel. Obviously, with Singapore being one of the real highlights, we wanted to make sure that you have got a good few days there.
Well, that's right. And as you can see, it's a big, modern city. It's very clean. It's got an amazing infrastructure, so it's easy to get around. It is famous for things like it's got Universal Studios, and you saw a shop before of all the amazing shopping, which you'll definitely want to see. So it's really, really modern, and yet you've also got the bird park, and you've still got that kind of Asian charm if you want to go and see, that kind of thing. But the city's amazing. You must go down to Orchard Road, which is where all the tourists go, and that is where the shopping is just out of this world. Universal, definitely always worth a visit as well. And as you said, Sean, you've got that time at the beginning of the trip and at the end. Do a river cruise as well. You saw a little shot there of the boat. That's a great way to see the city, and the fact that you're going to be there at night time as well.
Oh, yeah.
You will see all the lights twinkling. You're going to have an absolutely fantastic time.
Now, we only have one date available, and all the girls mentioned that, that's the day after Valentine's Day. How nice would that be? So you could have a great, great time away. But there's only one date. And again, at this kind of price, we do know this one is going to sell very, very quickly. Just to remind you what's included. Holland America, of course, 5-star luxury cruise company. All of your return flights. Now, again, work out what your flights alone would cost. They really could be a big chunk of that £1,749. My producer just booked flights to Thailand, and £1,000, yeah. And that's with nothing else. So we're going to provide those flights, and we can provide them from most UK airports, of course, as well. Just ask our call centre for details. You are getting one night pre and post cruise in a 5-star hotel in Singapore, so you can really, really make the most of that. And you will be overnight on board in both Bali and Singapore. And don't forget, if you do book excursions directly through Planet Cruise, you can save up to 60% on the prices. I've done that myself, and they are brilliant. They're so well organised as well. And we're working out this one is under £100 per person per night as well. Oh, something I really do need to tell you as well. Obviously, there's limited availability, but if you want to go for an ocean view and have all of those wonderful views of the ocean and the ports, you can do it for £5 per person per day. Yeah, honestly, so do go for the ocean view. Actually, the veranda suite as well, and they are stunning with Holland America, under £2,400. Right. I was very, very lucky early on this year to visit the Norwegian fjords on a cruise. And honestly, I expected it to be great, but the scenery, the whole experience was breathtaking. Since then, I've been telling all of my friends and family to book a cruise around Norway and the fjords. We have got such a great offer tonight with P&O. This is one of the best prices we have seen all year tonight. But one of the things we always say, if you are booking a cruise and it sails from Southampton, as this one does, the last thing you want to be doing is driving down on the day, worried about traffic, being a bit stressed. Why don't you make things easier? We've got a very special relationship with the Marriott Hotel in Southampton, the Meon Valley, We can put you up there for £70 per person per night, and that would include all of your transfers and your car parking. Car parking alone could be about £11 per person per night. Anyway, my very handsome twin brother was there a little while ago, and here he is to tell you more. Planet Cruise have a great partnership with the Marriott Mean Valley 4-star hotel here in Southampton. Bed, breakfast, free car parking, transfers to and from the port are actually all included. Now, I arrived earlier yesterday. I had someone take care of my bags. I went for a swim. I had the most amazing night's sleep, and I've just finished off a hearty breakfast. And now, with my car safely parked, I'm about to take the chauffeur-driven shuttle to Southampton Port, which is a mere 12 miles away. And then when my cruise is over, they'll drop me off here and I can drive safely home. Actually, he's not that handsome at all, is he, my twin brother? But honestly, the Mean Valley, they really, really do take care of Planet Cruise customers. It's such a lovely experience and one of the best night's sleep that I've ever had. But you've had your night there, and say, just ask our call centre about that, and then you can embark the most beautiful ship with P&O, the Azura. Let's talk about P&O, because again, as a company, Jim, they've got such an amazing reputation in the industry, haven't they?
Yeah, they really, really have. And this, if you have ever sailed with P&O before, then you may know the sister ship, which is the Ventura. So this is the brand new P&O ship, the Azura, and she made her maiden voyage only in 2010. So she's still really new.
Yeah.
And she was named by Sea Bustle. And this ship has got fantastic facilities, as you can see here, and it's really pretty big. It carries up to 3,100 passengers. You've got plenty of space in there. You've got 11 restaurants, 5 boutiques, 4 swimming pools, 2 lounges, so much outdoor space, and really amazing food. I think they've kind of raised the bar with this particular ship. You've got the flexibility of freedom dining, so you can always just sit and enjoy excellent cuisine throughout the day. You've got the Sindhu fine dining restaurant, where you'll get Indian cuisine with a modern twist.
Oh, lovely.
I love that kind of food. Yeah. Have you heard of Atul Kochhar? He's like a really famous chef. Yeah. So he created the menu here. So yeah, he's put his name to it. Amazing entertainment, as you can see. You'll never get bored of it.
And it will all be very British styled as well, because it's a very British company, isn't it?
P&O, yeah, very British, and you'll find lots of fellow Brits as well on board, I'm sure. And then there's another sort of TV person, Ollie Smith. He's also had a say in the wine bar there as well. So it's all very, you know, very, very nice. Thank you very much. Some beautiful bars. I think we obviously saw the entertainment, and this is what it's all about. Just a bit of luxury, a bit of time to enjoy and relax and be at sea. Sailing, how wonderful.
Honestly, if you've never been on a cruise, or if you've never been around the Norwegian fjords, this is one to go for. The experience will be outstanding, I can guarantee that. Anyway, we're on this beautiful ship. Our first day is at sea, so explore the ship, visit all of the, the great facilities, the restaurants, the bars, maybe do gym class. Where's our first port then? We
are sailing into Bergen here in Norway, which is known as the gateway of the fjords, and it's Norway's second largest city, but it's only got about 260,000 people living there. So this is a really nice introduction to the fjords and just the feeling of calm that you will have, and the beautiful little houses as you sail in, as you can see all those wonderful colours.
It is magical, and I cannot, describe enough the beauty. And I've seen these pictures myself, Gemma, but actually being there.
Yeah, and you know what as well? We didn't sort of say before, there's amazing childcare facilities on this ship. So if you did want to have a holiday where you did actually get to enjoy and relax with your partner a bit, but, also have some help with the children, good choice.
Gemma could say that as a mum.
Yeah, absolutely. And, sometimes that can really make your holiday,
Of course.
Yeah, absolutely. And then on day 4, we're going to sail into Geiranger, which is a tiny little village situated just at the end of the World Heritage Protected Geiranger Fjord. Look at that. This is what going to the fjords is all about. It's the stunning scenery, as Sean said earlier on. It's breathtaking.
And I didn't realise how deep the fjords were. The ship, even though the ship's, really, really generous in terms of size, it's tiny. You can see here, compared to the fjords.
Yeah, the town of Geiranger can be sort of traversed from end to end in about 5 minutes. So you've got your little restaurants and little souvenir shops, but really there's not much there in a good way. It's peace and quiet and stunning scenery and little farms and things. Day 5, we're going to sail into Flam, which we're actually going to talk about later. so because that's in another cruise as well. And then day 6, we are sailing into Stavanger, where, well, the Vikings were here once, and you still get that feel actually when you sail in. It's not, you know, a big bustling metropolis, but it's a little busier than the places that you've just been to. Easily walkable, the harbour area, and you've got all the little cottages and pedestrian shopping streets. And again, look at that. Would you dare sit on the end there?
No, and I didn't actually.
No.
But what was so lovely, you know, so many towns now all at the same, so many cities, you know, full of the same chains of restaurants and bars.
Yeah.
Like, so different
Really
here.
unspoilt, isn't
Yeah.
it? It's sort of untouched by time. As you say, you're not going to see all those sort of coffee shops and stuff. This is getting away from it completely. The most amazing fresh air you'll ever have, and the most beautiful scenery. I mean, I don't know if you've been to Cumbria in the UK, that or
Not
the
for a
Lake
long time.
District.
Lake District,
you know,
yes.
places like that. And then this is even on another scale. It's just absolutely beautiful.
A
Yes.
final day, so you make the most of that ship on your final day. Lots will be happening. There'll be, say, all sorts going on. But then, of course, you arrive in Southampton.
Yeah.
Just looking at these gorgeous restaurants and all the choices, Gemma.
I know, and this is the thing, you know, P&O, you know, wonderful brand, but every time they sort of think about a new ship or whatever, they do all really raise the bar, don't they? Because it's so competitive, and it's great for cruise passengers because the ships just get better and better and better.
And just look at the standard in the staterooms, of course,
Yeah,
as well. And
really
whichever one you go
comfortable.
for, inside, ocean view, balcony,
Yeah.
have them all available tonight.
I've met people who say, well, when, you know, aren't cabins quite small, like the word cabin, you think, no, it's like a hotel room. Just beautiful.
And very, very well designed. And also, unlike some hotels that, you know, look a bit shoddy around the edges, the standards on a cruise ship are so high.
Absolutely, and the staff look after you so well as well. You won't lift a finger, honestly.
And just looking at the entertainment, you know, I love the West End, but you're talking about £80 a ticket nowadays. You've got West End style shows, you know, going on every single night. So, you know, honestly, if you love entertainment, for me, it's a big part of the cruise experience. The entertainment is free, and there's always several things happening every single night. Anyway, I could talk forever about the Norwegian fjords. I'm only wrapping up, but our price there is amazing on this one, and actually, very important, this could be a Christmas gift. Only a deposit needed tonight. So starting at 619, we talked about the Meon Valley marriage. You can add that, of course, as well tonight. And a family of 4, how good is this? You could go away with the kids, and as Gemma said, great child facilities as well, starting at £1,869. And that's based on the lead date there, of course, as well. And the itineraries differ departing on departure dates as well, so please call for details as well. Wow, OK. Now, a lot of you were thinking, what about the various dates? Have a look here. The lead date, the 1st of May, is 619. Gemma, though, the price doesn't actually go up much at all, even in peak season, does it?
When you think how much the price usually goes up, you know, within the school holidays and everything, it's not too bad at all. And, you know, that childcare thing, again, if you are going with the family, it does mean that just now and again you can have a dinner for 2 while the children play.
Well,
you
I'm
know.
just looking at the family 4. We've got various prices there. The 1st of May is 1979, but actually the 13th of June, yeah, it's at 1869. That's really low.
Yeah.
That's even better. For the family 4, you've got a really low price on the 13th of June. Anyway, give us a call. And now, we always have a very busy show every Tuesday. This is a show that's running now for over 7 years. And many of the deals will be exclusive to Planet Cruise, so they are the biggest independent cruise agency right now here in the UK. But you might be new to cruising, you've maybe got questions to ask. We've got a very, very experienced call centre full of cruise consultants that are there to help to answer any queries, and it is a free phone number as well. So just give us a call right now, 0800 840 1088, or the call centre open first thing tomorrow at 8:30 as well. But we also have a second show every week now on a Friday in the morning at 11 a.m. So don't forget our Friday show. That's with Keith that you saw earlier. And various ways to stay in touch as well. So just to show you, we've got our newsletter. You can sign up to that. We've got a free copy of the Journey brochure. And also, you can check out our brand new newsletter and website there as well. So loads happening. Website's really good, isn't it?
It's absolutely fantastic. And I think you touched on a good point. We're giving people so much information. Please just ring us up.
Yeah.
It's a free phone number if there's anything you're not sure about.
Now, Gemma, I do know that a couple of months ago you had the experience of an Azamara cruise, didn't you?
I did. I was so lucky. It was absolutely incredible and quite a different cruise experience as well.
We're going to be talking about that because Gemma's been raving about this, and it's a cruise taking you over from Dubai to Istanbul. But this starts off with a flight to Dubai, and we're going to stay there in a gorgeous hand-picked 5-star hotel for 2 nights.
Yes, we are. Not just any old hotel either. The Jumeirah Beach, which is a really amazing destination. While that's available, that is the hotel that we would put you in. So a great, lovely, luxurious start to this cruise in Dubai, which is becoming so popular now for a reason. It's because you can go and enjoy the beaches, but it's very glamorous. You've got all these things to do. But you've also got, I mean, look, you can go snowboarding if you want, or you could do a desert tour, which a friend of mine did recently and really, really enjoyed. And also just some of the buildings are seen to be believed. Obviously, you're in the Middle East here and everything is bigger and better. So the malls are absolutely amazing, you know, but then also you venture outside and your neck will be craning up at all these huge buildings. Very glamorous, and it's got one of the kind of the most expensive hotels in the world, which you probably wouldn't be able to stay at, the Burj Al Arab, but it's worth having a look.
Yeah, couldn't you? And do you know, I've not been to Dubai. It's on my wish list, but I don't want to sort of like book a holiday there for like, you know, a week or two and not know what it's quite going to be like. So just doing 2 nights there and then having this fabulous cruise to look forward to.
Yeah, absolutely.
Really,
so you can duck in, exactly, get a real taste of it, see everything you want to see, and then maybe one day go back if you want to. So now we go and embark the ship, and we're going to show you the ship in just a second. But first of all, we are going to sail to Muscat and tell you all about that. And the really nice thing is that within this cruise as well, you've got a couple of overnights, and you have got one of those in Muscat, in Oman. So again, you've had a bit of time to explore Dubai, and now you're going to get off the ship and explore this beautiful old, quite ancient place, as well as you'll see, like the Grand Mosque there. You know, and a lot of that old architecture is really, really well preserved, and you must go and see it. The old part of the town is sort of hemmed in by those terracotta-coloured mountains that you can see there in the background. And you've got this amazing corniche, which is flanked by a 16th century hilltop fort, the royal palace there, the beaches. You know, so you've got modern Muscat as well, which sort of sprawls out behind the mountains, and you can go to the old part of the city and walk around and be really safe, go to the souk, the markets, and soak up the atmosphere. And then we are getting back onto the ship, and we thought we'd show you the ship at this point because you've actually got a really nice chunk of time at sea, haven't you?
You have got several days at sea, and you know, sometimes my friends say, oh, you know, do you ever get bored on ship? Never, ever. I get bored on land holidays. What is it to do? You've got the hotel, the pool, one restaurant, one bar. It can be very, very dull. Not on board a ship like this. So here's our wonderful Gemma giving you a little taste of what you'll be doing on those days at sea.
Truly beautiful and unique, Azamara Club Cruises were formed in 2007, and with this cruise line, destination is everything. So you get longer in port, more overnights and night touring as well, so you really get to explore all the destinations that you're going to, which makes for a very immersive, more inclusive holiday experience. So I'm not sure it gets much better than this. I've woken up nice and early and come down to the buffet to get my breakfast. Sat out here in the sunshine with a new exciting port to explore. So nice. But actually on Azamara, the food and dining in general is a standout feature. Whether you go for the buffet or whether you go to a speciality restaurant. They even do poolside al fresco parties as well. And all the food is fabulous. This is going to get me set up for a day of exploring. One of the lovely things about being on an Azamara ship is that it is more inclusive. So whenever you fancy some kind of a refreshment, you just don't have to worry about it. So you could go in the morning and get a coffee and a nice pastry at the Mosaics Cafe, or maybe come here in the afternoon and get a nice fruity non-alcoholic cocktail, which is what I've got. It's really good. And then, fancy some pre-show drinks? Well, go along to the Looking Glass, where the bartenders will show off their legendary mixology skills. One of the great things about being on board an Azamara ship is that after you've finished your delicious dinner, maybe it's too early to be heading back to your stateroom and you want something to do. Well, there is loads to do. You could go and listen to an informative lecture. You could pop into one of the boutiques and pick yourself up a little treat, go to an art auction, go for a dance, or maybe come here to the casino and have a little flutter. So although you don't spend a huge amount of time in your stateroom when you're on a cruise, it is important that your stateroom is comfortable and I can confirm that when sailing with Azamara, the beds are absolutely fabulous. I slept like a log last night. But not only that, you get nice little touches like fresh cut flowers and fruit delivered to your door every single day. So your stateroom really is a nice little haven to retreat to.
Oh,
the memories.
So jealous.
I know, it was really wonderful. And so in the middle of this cruise, you've got the time on that lovely ship.
Wow, imagine. And also, we forgot to mention, you get an As Amazing evening included, don't you?
Absolutely, and I mentioned them there, and it is a great part of cruising with Azamara. So on this particular one, when you're in Muscat, and this is all included in the price, you will go for your As Amazing evening and you will travel back in time to like ancient Arabian customs. So they'll take you off the ship and then you'll have 1,001 nights, this is what the tale will be, and you'll be met by sheikhs and fire dancers and costume dancers, and then you'll be escorted to an outdoor amphitheatre, and you're going to have an amazing performance with all the belly dancers and acrobats and stuff, and proper cuisine, food, all thrown in. And when I did it, it was like going to a celebrity wedding. It was the most amazing thing. I couldn't believe that it was kind of free and included.
And it is all included. Oh, by the way, your drinks all included. Gemma actually sent me a picture of the drinks menu, and it was incredible. So it is more inclusive with Azamara. Anyway, there's lots more to see, because we're then cruising down the Suez Canal, aren't we?
Yeah, so you're cruising down the Suez Canal, which is a really interesting thing in itself. And then on day 16, you sail into Haifa, where you're in Israel now, and you've got an overnight on board, which is wonderful. So if you're here, then you really probably might want to do some excursions. And you know what? Planet Cruise have got some absolutely amazing ones up their sleeve. I'm talking like you can do a 9-hour one for about 70-something pounds and go to the most amazing places, you know, that you will have learnt about in at school. So, for instance, you can go into Bethlehem and visit the birthplace of Jesus Christ. You can see a nativity church. You can go to the Mount of Olives for a panoramic view of the old city. I mean, this is just a small example. Visit the Wailing Wall. So lots to do. And really, really do book them through Planet Cruise, because the prices are unreal.
I'm thinking this falls around about Easter time as well, doesn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's a really interesting time to be in Israel, in this holy place, and go and visit all of these places you'll only ever have read about or heard about, and be there for yourself. So that's wonderful. Overnight on board, so plenty of time to fit in one of those. And then on day 18, we are sailing into Limassol in Cyprus, which is a really popular holiday resort because it is so full of beautiful beaches and that beautiful water. And then day 19, you're sailing into Kos on the turquoise coast. And then day 20, you're at sea on that ship.
That beautiful ship.
And day 21, then you sail into Istanbul, and you've got another overnight on board. And actually, Azamara do a lot of overnights as well, and that's why they call it really an immersive experience, so you really get to soak up the destinations that you're going to.
And believe me, cruising into Istanbul is the most incredible experience.
Yeah, you've got to go and see the Blue Mosque, look at it there, and of course, again, these sort of wonderful, bustling markets.
Oh, yeah, they were fun.
Yeah, well, you've got to haggle, though. Never take the first price. You have to get into it a bit. Yeah, and that's the Istanbul skyline. You can see how stunning it is. And then on day 22, you're going to disembark, transfer to the airport, and we'll fly you home.
Well, here's a final reminder of this wonderful, wonderful ship, the Azamara Quest. Remember, this is more inclusive, so that's all of your fantastic drinks, that As Amazing evening. It has just come down in price, by the way, and for those who are thinking, oh, I'd love a balcony, because when you are away for this length of time, a balcony would be wonderful. We have got a special on the balcony tonight for $2,699. So amazing deals on that. Return flights are included, and they're based on London. As we always say, we can always find a flight, generally speaking, nearer to you, if that's more suitable. That As Amazing evening, as Gemma just discussed, is included. Your great overnights on board. And, oh, yeah, free gratuities and amazing drinks as well.
No, so when you've got all those days at sea, you're not stressed at all, because you've got no tips. And, you know, if you go and have a cocktail, it just doesn't add up. It's all included.
Wow. OK. Now, if that one is out of your budget, you know, maybe you're thinking, OK, well, I'd love to go on a cruise, but I don't have £1,000, £2,000. We have got a cruise right now. It's in the summer, it's our peak season. It's taking you around the fjords. It's a half-price offer. This offer finishes on the 20th of December, so only a few days remaining. And I've heard it has been selling like the old hotcake. It really has. And it's so much featuring the latest ship on the Cruise and Maritime fleet as well. So this is their latest edition, isn't it?
Yeah, it did. And as you say, again, this would be a great first cruise, I think, for someone that had never done it before, because you've got these wonderful destinations and the price is just wonderful. So this is the British-born cruise line, Cruise and Maritime, and this is the latest addition to their 5-strong fleet. And
so this is with the maiden season then, of course?
Yes, absolutely. It is the maiden season, which is always exciting. Now, this ship is a bit smaller than some of the ones we featured tonight. 1,250 passengers, so it weighs 46,000 tonnes. And again, you've got wonderful dining experiences, lovely facilities, as you can see. And also, it's an adult-only ship as well. So you've got that nice, relaxed vibe for people that don't want to hear children nagging their parents.
But it's true, you know, for you know, a lot of our viewers, you know, if you've, you know, you maybe already had children and they've left home, and sometimes an adult-only holiday is nice.
Absolutely.
But anyway, the great thing is this ship is a little bit more intimate, so she's going to get right into the fjords, isn't she?
That's right. When ships are smaller, it does give them more flexibility with how they can sail and where they can sail. And on day 1, you are setting off from Tilbury, and day 3, you arrive, as you can see here, in Ege Fjord, which could be one of the most just unbelievably beautiful places within the fjords. You've got that backdrop of soaring mountains, the rivers, the waterfalls. It's very tranquil. You've got the lush gardens and fields and these little wooden homes everywhere. There are 2 churches. One of them can be dated back to 1309.
Really?
Can you imagine how much the Americans would love that? They'd be like, oh my gosh.
That's, yeah,
1309
Yeah.
is pretty ancient. And you've got these amazing sort of like little historic graves and everything. Right, day 4 then, we are sailing into Flam, which means little place with steep mountains. It could not have a more sort of perfect name. It's a really storybook little hamlet nestled into the mountains.
And I am going to advise you to do the Flom Railway experience.
Yes.
It is incredible. What was it? Well, because I went to the fjords in May. When I got on the train, it was all kind of like, you know, snowy, and then at the top of the fjord, it was actually... so when I got on, it was sunshine, I should say. When I got to the top of the fjord, it was all snowy.
Yeah, really lovely. And look at that. Again, it is really, really breathtaking. You know, this is the place where if you love the outdoor life, get your hiking boots on maybe, go for a proper walk. It's going to be so wonderful. And then on day 5, you're going to sail into Bergen, which we actually showed you earlier. Stunning port. And then day 6, you're at sea, and day 7, you're back in Tilbury.
Wow. Now, very important, have a look at this ship. She's the latest addition to the fleet. She's had a great response, and this is her maiden season. Now, you're seeing on the screen it's a half-price offer. I mean, $399 is the lowest price I think I've ever seen for a cruise around the fjords. This offer finishes on the 20th of December, this Saturday. And look at the ship. So she's brand new to the fleet.
Absolutely. Lovely restaurants. You've got, there's where you can see the names there. Just really beautiful. And the piano bar as well. So, yeah.
And I'm right in saying this is now the flagship of the fleet.
Absolutely, yeah. Cruise and Maritime are very, very proud of her, and you're going to really enjoy it. And you've got, you know, things like the card and bridge room as well. So if you want to go and have, because not everybody wants to hit the kind of entertainment every night, so you can go and have those little relaxing nights as well. You've got Sinatra's Lounge Bar, Churchill's Lounge Bar, all very British names, actually.
Okay. We know how busy this is going to be. There is a bit of a, you know, a bit of an urgency. So it will be first come, first served. I mean, I cannot believe it. Even the August date, by the way, so you know that's really peak season, is only $449. So
inexpensive, isn't it?
It is. The single price there, by the way, $639 as well, which is amazing. But you only need a deposit of £150 tonight. Please don't leave it. Don't think, oh well, you know, I'll book that later in the week. It might have either sold out, or remember that price is going to change. The half price offer finishes this Saturday. I've made that message clear, haven't I, Gemma?
I think so. But I don't. You know what? It's a good message because you know, to get it at that price, it's just like, why not? Almost, isn't it?
And we did hear from Planet Cruise. This one is selling so quickly right now. Okay, we have one final cruise to show. Now, you know, we all have dreams and desires and things we aspire to doing. I've been very lucky. I've been on 20 cruises, and I feel very privileged to have been able to do that. And I've experienced 5-star, and yeah, 5-star cruises are wonderful. I've never experienced 6-star. I've got friends that have, and friends that have actually cruised with Regent. The standards are incredible, off the scale, but so much is included as well. Imagine being able to choose from 33 excursions and they're all included. Imagine a minibar that you can just, you know, help yourself to at any time, open bars throughout the ship, a bottle of champagne. All of these extras are going to make your cruise experience incredible. And the price tonight for the ship is unbelievable. Bear in mind, by the way, the ratio of staff to passengers is virtually 1 to 1. Oh, yes. 490 guests, 345 crew. I think it works out a 1.1 ratio, OK? It is incredible. So you are going to feel so special. We've actually got some brilliant upgrades as well on board. I'll talk about those in a second. But this starts off with a flight to one of my favourite places, Miami.
Yeah, so great way to kick things off. As you say, flying to Miami, and we're going to transfer you to a hotel, so you've got a nice night there. And, yeah, what is there to say about Miami? It is glitzy. It's really famous for South Beach. You'll have seen it on, you know, in various TV shows, of course. And it's kind of famous for fashion and music and
fun as
nightclubs.
well, yeah.
Oh, there's a lot of nightlife in Miami.
I can picture you in a place like Miami.
Thank you.
I
Yes,
do.
I think I can picture myself there too. No, but really fun, incredible beaches. Of course, you're not that far from the Everglades. You're only like half a day's drive to the Everglades if you wanted to go and visit them as well. So exciting. Alligator Farm, do you fancy that, Sean? Go and check out the alligators?
Well, do you know, in Miami, no. I mean, I'm sure it'd be a lot of fun, but
Because that's eating a whole chicken.
I think I'd be on South Beach, I think.
Would you? Yeah. You see, you could also, if you love your... Oh, look at that. If you love your nature, you could go to the Flamingo Gardens as well, which is pretty cool. So, yeah, you're not going to be bored.
I honestly like just walking around Miami and people watching and things.
Oh,
and, you know.
the people watching. My mum said that when she went. She said she sat on a bench at one point and was just like, her jaw was just, and they were just, she was nudging her husband going, oh, did you see? Because, you know, people are quite over the top and, yeah, wonderful. And if you can get out and have a drink in the evening, the atmosphere is absolutely amazing.
The bars and restaurants along the beach are incredible.
And Cuban food as well. You're never far from, like, that amazing Cuban food. Yeah, really amazing.
Honestly, I love Miami. I'm actually there in January.
Excellent.
Before I go on a cruise, obviously, I'm there for 2 nights. And you're there, of course, pre-cruise here. But how excited are you going to be when you're transferred from your hotel to the port and you're going to embark on this beautiful ship? She's called the Seven Seas Navigator, and she's 6-star. I mean, this is going to be a trip of a lifetime. You know, I know friends that have been on the ship, and they've said everything is incredible. So let's give you a little taster. So, first of all, we're only talking less than 500 passengers, Gemma, aren't we?
I think that's the thing. How do you take a ship from 5-star to 6? And I think that's what a lot of our viewers will be asking us, really. And so I suppose the only way they can do it is by creating even more space, as you say, even more staff per passenger, so that literally everything is taken care of. The cabins will be completely exquisite. You've got 24-hour complimentary room service as well, so you can have whatever you want when you want. You know, the spa will be that bit more luxurious. Things like the bath is made of marble, you know, so every little tiny detail is so beautiful. You know, everything is very state-of-the-art as well. The public areas are just gorgeous. And, of course, all the food is gourmet.
Yes, and talking of the restaurants, up to 4 gourmet restaurants are included as well.
They are, because obviously on most ships, you've got your restaurants, and then you've got your speciality restaurants.
Well,
here, just everything is speciality. Everything is gourmet. It's all included.
And you know, as we just saw, wonderful open bars throughout the ship, great entertainment. Imagine the calibre and the standard of this.
Yeah.
Excursions, up to 33 shore excursions.
Yes. So I mean, you're never going to fit all of those in, so it means you can pick and choose. You know, they'll even have people to dance with you if you don't have a dance partner. Oh, yes. Your every dream will be met on this cruise, you know.
we just want you to ring tonight and inquire, don't we?
Yeah,
we really
absolutely.
Do. Anyway,
absolutely.
Gemma, the itinerary as well is outstanding, isn't it?
Well, it is, from beginning to end. So you've been in Miami, then you embark the ship, and then you are going to cruise the Florida Straits until you arrive in Belize on day 4, where you've got some of the best diving in the Caribbean. Look at the water. It makes me want to cry, actually. It's so beautiful, that kind of incredible turquoise that you would expect from this part of the world. But again, you've got some really important sites here in Belize, like Mayan sites. So do some shore excursions as well. And given that you've got them all included, why would you not go and visit the temples and do all that
I'm not being
kind of
funny.
thing?
When they're all included, I do as many
as you can, yeah. And I think you saw there, yes, a shot of Belize Zoo as well. But, you know, the thing is, when it's all included also, if you don't fancy it, you can do it or not. If you want to stay on the ship, if you want to just lie on the beach and have a cocktail or go snorkeling, it's up to you. And then day 5, we are going to sail to Roatan Island, which is in Honduras. It's the kind of place where you would just have lobster for lunch, you know, it's a bit like that. Very chilled out, beautiful seafood and the amazing coastline again. And a real melting pot of different cultures here, because you've got Spanish and British and Paya Indian and African. So that really makes it a very interesting place. It's got the second largest barrier reef system here. So when you do go swimming, if you're the kind of person that loves snorkeling, you're going to see all the colourful coral and sponges and beautiful little fish. And then we are going, the destinations are amazing as well as the ship, to Cozumel in Mexico. And again, this is quite a large Caribbean island, basically.
I tell you, it's really easy to drive around. I had a Jeep and went all the way
really?
around.
Yeah, wonderful.
Really easy.
Yeah, no, that's a really nice way of seeing the island, actually. Amazing duty-free shopping here as well, and a very rich history, again, because of the Mayan civilization that settled there. So again, you've got all these incredible
and
ruins.
don't forget, you'll have all of your excursions included. So
yeah,
you know,
exactly.
You can pick
So
and choose
whatever you
here.
want to see, you can do as many or as few as you like. And then day 7, you're going to cruise through the Yucatan Channel until on day 8, you sail into Key West in Florida. So again, if you can get a balcony or at least an ocean view, you're going to really appreciate it, because sailing into these destinations on these kind of waters, I love these aerial shots where you see all the different colours in the sea. It's so beautiful. And then day 9, we're back in Miami, where we will transfer you to the airport and fly you home. This is based on flights to London, but we will price you a flight to anywhere. So obviously, if London's not convenient for you, please just phone up and ask on our free phone number.
Now, remember, there are less than 500 passengers on board. You've got so much space. The standards are going to be just outstanding. By the way, the price on the screen is for a deluxe window suite, of course, as well.
Yeah,
you can upgrade to a veranda for less than £400. The concierge suite, less than £500 extra. But the price on the screen is for a deluxe window suite. If it's for a real special occasion, a penthouse suite is less than £700 more as well. I mean, seriously, we don't feature Regent, you know, very often. When we do, we know we've got an outstanding deal, and tonight is the night to go for this one.
It's one of those holidays that if it was like a 60th or a 70th, but a special birthday, do you know what I mean? You just think, push the boat out. Good little pun there.
So, just to recap, free up to 33 shore excursions and free gratuities, free Wi-Fi when you book a concierge suite or above as well, free return flights. We can, of course, provide this on most UK airports, and a one-night pre-cruise hotel stay in Miami. That's one of the most incredible offers we've ever had. I know we've had a very, very busy show. Just nice to have something to look forward to for next year, isn't it? Anyway, would you like to actually go away for Christmas? It's not too late, you know. You're just thinking, Christmas is going to be a nightmare. I need to get away. How about getting away this Saturday for Christmas? You could do it on this first cruise with MSC. Now, if you can't get away, don't worry, on the 20th of December, we have got dates all the way through January and February and March, of course, as well. 429, one of the best prices you'll ever see for a cruise to the Canaries for 7 nights on those dates. And this is a great time to get away, of course, guaranteed winter sun. Got free upgrades on certain dates there as well, the 17th of January, the 21st of May. And as I mentioned, we've got that Christmas sailing from only 749 as well. We then moved on to 5-star luxury with Holland America. Your chance to visit Singapore, Bali, Indonesia, and adventures there. And you even get your stays, of course, in Singapore. And that's a pre- and post-stay. Price there, at just 1749. We then moved on to P&O. Now, you can actually reserve a place on this while the price is 619. And Gemma, we know to get this kind of price with P&O
Yeah.
around the Norwegian fjords is
I know,
incredible.
I think you've got to take advantage if you can, because that is a great price.
You could actually, that could be a Christmas present for somebody, and all you need to pay is a deposit tonight of £50 per person. Then, Gemma, your cruise, Azamara.
My cruise, yeah. I must say, I really would recommend it. It was absolutely wonderful, and you know, what you pay, you really get back. I tell you, you really do. It's a very special experience.
So it was as amazing as we thought.
It really was. I had one of the best meals of my entire life. I can still remember every bite. But do you know what I mean? When it's so good.
And what a beautiful itinerary there, of course, as well. Then, OK, there's a real urgency now to book this one. Have you ever seen a price for under £400? It's a half-price offer, and it's on the latest ship that Cruise and Maritime have now acquired. So this will be the maiden season as well. You can book today a deposit of £150.